Here's something wild. Billionaires Mark Zuckerberg and Warren Buffett combined wear the same few outfits over and over. Zuckerberg's got his gray t-shirts, Buffett still living in a house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Meanwhile, your coworker who makes $60,000 a year just leased a BMW and won't shut up about it. So what's going on here? Why do the people with the most money act like they have the least, while people drowning in debt are out here flexing on Instagram? The answer is going to mess with your head a bit, but once you understand it, your entire relationship with money will change. Hey everyone, I'm Mac, and I'm kind of obsessed with money and finance. I spend hours every day studying how wealthy people actually build and keep their wealth, what they do differently, where they put their money, and most importantly, the systems they use that most people never even know exist. And here's what I've discovered. Looking poor isn't about being cheap or depriving yourself. It's about playing a completely different game than everyone else. While most people are trying to look rich, actually wealthy people are focused on being rich. And trust me, there's a massive difference. If this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button because we're diving deep into the psychology of wealth that nobody talks about. Number 1, it frees you from the never-ending comparison trap. Let's be honest. You've done this. I've done this. We've all done this. You finally get that promotion you've been working toward. Maybe you treat yourself to a nicer apartment or a better car. And for like 2 weeks, it feels incredible. You're walking a little taller, feeling like you've made it. And then you go to your friend's birthday party, and you see their place. And suddenly, your apartment doesn't feel that nice anymore. Or you're at a red light and a Tesla pulls up next to your new car. And just like that, the shine is gone. This isn't just you being materialistic or ungrateful. Scientists actually have a name for this. They call it the hedonic treadmill, which is basically a fancy way of saying you're running as fast as you can but going absolutely nowhere. Here's how it works. You make $50,000 and think, if I just made $75,000, I'd be set. Then you make $75,000 and think, actually $100,000 is where real comfort starts. And then you hit $100,000 and realize, wait, $150,000 is the real target. It never stops. The finish line keeps moving. There is this famous study, and this is going to sound depressing, but stick with me. Researchers found that once you make enough to cover your basic needs, food, rent, healthcare, that kind of stuff, making more money barely moves the needle on your actual happiness. You adapt fast. Think about your phone. Remember when you first got it? You were probably showing it to everyone, messing with all the features, treating it like it was made of gold. How long did that last? A week? 2 weeks? Now it's just your phone. You're already eyeing the next model. This happens with literally everything. That new car smell fades. That bigger apartment just becomes your apartment. Those designer clothes end up in a pile on your floor like everything else. And social media has made this so much worse. There's literally a report from Credit Karma that found 39% of people feel pressured to spend money they don't have just to look successful online. People are going into debt for Instagram content. Let that sink in. When you choose to look poor on purpose, you're stepping off this insane treadmill. You're saying, I'm out. I'm not playing this game. And the mental peace that comes from that decision, way more valuable than any luxury item you could buy. Number 2, it actually gives you real freedom, not fake freedom. Okay, confession time. When I first got into my job, I was that guy. Designer everything, latest tech, nice car, the works. From the outside, I looked like I had my life together, but behind the scenes, I was basically a financial prisoner. I was stuck in a job I didn't really like because I couldn't afford to leave. My lifestyle required that paycheck every single month. That's not freedom. That's a trap with leather seats and a nice watch. I was following what most people do. Make money, spend money, wonder why you're not happy, repeat. It's like the default setting everyone's on. Then something clicked. For about 6 to 9 months, my spending on stuff, on wants, on flexing, on impressing people went to basically zero. And I'm not talking about living in my mom's basement eating ramen. I'm talking about redirecting that money into things that would actually build wealth. Education, skills, investments. It was uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie and say it was easy watching my friends upgrade their lifestyles while I was driving the same old car. But fast forward to now, that decision changed everything. Because here's what nobody tells you. When you buy that car that eats 40% of your paycheck, you're not just buying a car, you're buying a leash. You can't quit your job. You can't take a sabbatical. You can't negotiate from a position of strength because everyone knows you need that paycheck. And it gets worse. Let's talk about the real cost of luxury items. Yahoo Finance did this breakdown of maintenance costs for the first 75,000 miles, and luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes cost almost 3 times more to maintain than regular brands like Honda and Toyota. 3 times. So you're not just paying more up front, you're signing up for 3 times the maintenance costs, higher insurance, more expensive parts, the whole 9 yards. It's a domino effect of expenses. Meanwhile, the person who bought the boring Honda, they're investing the difference. They're building freedom. They're creating options. The bigger the gap between what you earn and what you spend, the more freedom you have. That gap is your breathing room. That gap is your negotiating power. That gap is your ability to say no to things that don't serve you. Number 3, it eliminates the financial stress that's literally killing people. Einstein said something that hits different when you really think about it. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. And the data backs this up in a scary way. 72% of Americans are stressed about money. Not worried, stressed. We're talking elevated cortisol, worse sleep, health problems, all of it. In the UK, 62% of adults feel anxious about their finances. And get this, 48% worry about money at least once a week. Once a week. That means every 7 days, nearly half of all adults are lying awake at night stressing about money. And here's the kicker. A lot of these people make good money. They're not broke. They're just trapped in this lifestyle that requires every dollar they bring in. Because here's what happens. You buy something impressive, let's say a luxury watch. For 2 weeks you feel great. Then that feeling fades, but guess what doesn't fade? The payment, the insurance, the maintenance, the stress of keeping it safe, the anxiety of losing it. The initial thrill is temporary. The stress is permanent. When you look poor on purpose, when you drive the paid-off Toyota instead of the leased Mercedes, when you live in the comfortable apartment instead of stretching for the luxury condo, you're not sacrificing. You are strategically choosing peace of mind. The person in the Mercedes is working to maintain an image. The person in the Toyota is building wealth. And 10 years from now, their bank accounts will tell completely different stories. Number 4, it reveals who actually values you versus who values what you have. This one's going to hit close to home. There was a study that found 25% of Americans have pursued a relationship primarily for money. 1 in 4. And more than half of those people lied about their financial situation to seem more attractive. Think about what that means. If you're out here flexing, posting your lifestyle, showing off your stuff, you're basically attracting people with a filter that says, only interested in money. That's not a flex, that's a problem. And this doesn't just apply to dating. It applies to friendships, business relationships, everything. When you base your identity on what you own, you attract people who are interested in what you own, not who you are. There's this quote I love. Don't show off the outside of your house. Show off the inside. The outside is for strangers. It's the performance. The inside is for the people that matter. That's where your real you lives. That's it right there. True wealth isn't about proving it to other people. It's about knowing it yourself. It's the quiet confidence of having options, having security, having freedom. When you look poor on purpose, you're filtering. You're filtering out the people who only care about what you can give them. You're attracting people who value you for who you are. And those are the relationships that actually last. Looking poor is one of the most powerful wealth-building strategies that exists. It frees you from the comparison trap. It gives you actual freedom. It eliminates financial stress, and it helps you build authentic relationships. While everyone else is playing the look rich game, you're playing the be rich game. And trust me, the second game is way more fun. If this changed how you think about money, make sure you're subscribed because I break down the real psychology behind wealth that nobody teaches you. Drop a like if this resonated, and check out the video I've linked because it goes even deeper into these concepts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.